add in somewhere in there that two angry middle-aged men complaining about wrestling. Just somewhere in there somewhere.
Two middle-aged men complaining about wrestling?
Yeah, because Dakota's not here.
Okay. All right.
Or mix it up in there however you want to do it.
You know who also likes things mixed up? Your mother. And this is her favorite podcast. Welcome to the Cheap Pop Wrestling Podcast. We are your hosts, John Hook and Kenneth O'Neill. And we're just two middle-aged men groping and moaning. Wait, not groping. Not groping, right?
No, not groping. We're not doing that here.
Bitching and complaining about the current state of what is the World Wrestling Entertainment. With that being said, we are a founding father short this day. Dakota. Are we going to miss him? But we miss you, buddy.
All 5 people watching are going to miss their little bit of entertainment where he makes fun of us ruthlessly. But
yes. Now, this is our weekly episodic recap of what Smackdown was. And I'm going to let Hook take it away.
All right. So we started off the show. Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar versus Finn Balor and Damian Priest. It was all right. Nothing to write home about. Ken, you got anything for it?
Yeah. Just a good starter match. Sorry, I'm dying. Good starter match, you know. I'm liking where LWO is going. Don't know where Rhea and Dominic were, but didn't really miss them. But solid start. Give it a C.
Yeah. Following that, we had Zelina Vega asking for a title shot versus Rhea Ripley at Backlash because she is the only Puerto Rican on the roster. And she's looked pretty solid the last few weeks, even though she's just been more of a manager. But, you know, she gets her title shot at Backlash. Woo.
Right, and I think we called this one as well. We had said LWO versus Judgment Day is going to run forward, and that Rhea did have an opponent to tie her over until they tied up some loose ends after the draft with Bianca. But I think it'll be a good match. Rhea's going to win, but when they put on a banger, we'll be all right.
Yeah. Then we had Braun Strowman and Ricochet. They defeated the Viking Raiders. This match stole the show. Except for the spot where Braun tried to throw Ricochet at one of them. I think it was Ivar. And Ivar took a couple steps back, and it made it look like the turn that's probably a few weeks too early happened. But, you know, great match.
Just fucking put Braun Strowman and Ricochet in title contention right now. There's not, well, Street Profits, yeah, sure, but they're putting on absolute bangers every time they're in the ring. And the David and Goliath tag team matches or tag partners is always awesome. They utilize Strowman really well in that stable. I'm curious to see if they're going to stay together after the draft. If they don't, I think you're going to see major pushes for both of them, one way or the other.
Yeah, Ricochet looked great the entire match. Braun did the stupid, like, the train thing when he ran around the ring. But
are we dubbing that the meat train?
You know what? That's fine. Big meaty men slapping meat on the outside of the ring.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to dub that the meat train.
Yeah, that's a lot of man running around the ring like that. But, you know, if he was just like a tick faster, not even a little bit, just a tick faster, this would look amazing on TV. Looks great in person. We say this every time we talk about it. We talk about it every time we're on the show. It looks stupid on TV. They must bring them fucking NASCAR cameras to the WWE side. But it looks like he's fucking moving in person. But
without a doubt.
Next, we had the women's tag team match. Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan versus Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green. I thought this was going to be a bathroom break. This had bathroom break written all over it. It was not, and I'm glad I stayed in my seat at home to watch this.
Dude, I'm telling you, that was one of the best women's matches. Not even just like, you know, you've had a lot of good ones with Becky and Charlotte and all them, but like, this was a really good match, man. Like, I think Sonya and Chelsea work really well together. They feed off each other very well. Liv and Raquel are awesome together. I'm telling you, dude, I think the women's tag team division is going to shape up a little bit here.
Yeah. We got a couple potential tag teams too that could happen if the draft goes right. One off the top of my head, if Damage Control gets split up, Dakota Kai can team back with Tegan Knox. That was one of NXT. There's another one I'm forgetting, but we got potential here if they set this up right.
Agreed, my man. Agreed.
But next we had the Shinsuke Nakamura and Karrion Kross promo. We finally got an explanation on the cards for Karrion. I may have missed something and just didn't pay attention to it, but I didn't understand the whole card thing.
I don't think anybody did, honestly.
Yeah, but they said every time that he had the cards pulled, he took something away from somebody, like taking away Ray's patience, taking whatever away from Drew. It's like, okay, I actually see that in their matches. That's kind of a cool little Easter egg. I wish they would have said that sooner. But
or give you hints.
Yeah, but that was nice to see. I'm excited about this match. If they let them actually cook in this match and give them more than 10 minutes, this could be the match of Backlash. But they're probably not. We're going to get a light burn.
Squash match. Yeah.
I don't know about a squash match, but a little light burn of a match, maybe 10 minutes. But I don't want to see Karrion get buried, man. That dude's got all the potential.
He's had such a weird ride since he's been back. He came back with a Clash of the Castle.
Mm-hmm.
Did the whole TikTok thing on Roman, and then nothing.
He did it to,
and then nothing for.
He did it to Drew right before the Backlash show on the Smackdown before.
Right, but then they ended up wrestling.
Yeah,
they had that strap match, right?
Yeah,
where they were tied by the wrist or whatever. But like ever since then, dude, like it's just like
nothing. There's been nothing.
And dude. Him and Scarlett, the entrance, his wrestling prowess, the story they're telling with these cards, like, I'm hoping that after the draft, we get him pushed one way or the other.
Yeah. You can legitimately use him with this type of thing he's got going. I know I'm an Undertaker fan, and I'm going to mention him every chance I get, but you can literally use him as like an Undertaker character. You don't give him a title shot, but he's always near the main event or near the main event guys. You don't have to necessarily push him like that. Like, you can make him like
a cornerstone.
Yeah. Kind of like the guy you don't want to be in a match with. Make him like what Teddy Long used Undertaker for. Like, oh, you want to be this guy? Okay, you get Karrion Kross tonight. And
that's all they need to do. Just make him like a focal point, though, right? Like, we keep hiding him in these fatal four-ways and these battle royales and all this stupid stuff, man. Like, just figure out how you're going to use him and then just let him do his thing.
Yeah. Moving on along, we had Gunther versus Xavier Woods, and what I thought was an absolute banger of a match. There was a spot in this that Xavier Woods had where he jumped off the top rope and did a leg drop. I don't know about you. That spot looked like it hurt.
Dude got up, bro. Like, I mean, he got up there when he came down with that, dude. Like, my lower L7 felt like he got thrown out just by watching it.
Yeah. Like,
that was a crazy move.
I seen Liv Morgan jump off the top rope to the outside through I think it was the announce table and hit somebody with a leg drop. It didn't look nearly as rough as that did. Like that
you got bunnies on that one, bro.
That looked like it hurt. And
it did.
Shout out to Xavier Woods' spine for holding up. Mine would have folded like a lawn chair.
Exactly, bro. Mine would have folded on top of each other. I'd end up 4'5" after that.
Yeah, but that match, we know who was going to win from the start, but there was enough spots in there where you started to believe, and then whenever obviously it didn't happen, you were like, still good. I'll take that any day of the week.
I didn't have any hopes for him to win. I was just really hoping for them to do exactly what they did, and that was just go on and put out a great match.
Yeah.
Gunther hasn't really had a whole lot of like singles matches lately. He's been in a lot of like tag teams, and he was in like the Royal Rumble, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then he was in that triple threat, which kind of turned into be more of a Drew versus Sheamus. Great match, by the way. I mean, like, 5 stars across the board, one of the best matches in the last 10 years. But it was good to see Gunther just get back in the ring and not have the other dudes from Kaiser and Da Vinci with him. Like, it was good. That's what I want to see. And I'm going to go a little bit deeper in that when I get to my Grind My Gear section. But go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, they could have done this with Roman a few fucking times, but it's okay.
Right.
So then we had Solo. We had the Usos coming out and cut a promo where they made fun of the way Riddle talks, talking like the
dude.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, talking like every stoner white dude ever.
Yeah.
And then we had the match between Solo and Riddle. We saw it coming the whole way. Even Michael Cole, I know he's paid to sound like this, but he sounded like, all right, what the fuck are we doing towards the end of this match? But, there was slim hope that Riddle would pull this off because, the fuckery finish didn't go how it usually goes, where they run in and do it right before the finish happens, like the Usos.
But they stalled enough.
Yeah. Stalled enough. But...
Stalled enough.
Yeah, and Solo ended up winning. I was kind of hoping we get Solo on the show for a few weeks. But, no. Probably going to get him in another main event to end Brawl. Against Riddle again, or against one of Sami Zayn or Kevin Owens, because fuck us, that's why.
I'm telling you, dude. He's headlined like 5 main events in a row now?
It's been 4.
And we've not gotten just an absolute great match. It's
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like Umaga, but worse somehow.
Dude, Umaga had one of the worst finishers voted on. You can go back and fact check this with anybody. One of he
at least sold it better.
He does.
Umaga sold it better. But
here's my thing. It wasn't popular then. It's definitely not popular now. Find him a new finisher.
The Samoan drop is more believable than that.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad wrestlers are now starting to spit up a little bit after matches. Like that one with Kevin Owens where he was spitting up blood afterwards and cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad we're getting... Don't you start head...
No, I was getting settled in my chair. I don't have somebody else to do this with me.
I'm telling you, I am just... If we're pushing him to be a main eventer, cool. But we've got to adjust some of what he does. I get it. It's paying homage to his father. I 100% support it. I'm happy for him. I'm glad. But Christ almighty, man, this has got to be different.
It's not his father. It's his uncle, but go off.
Same thing.
Right.
Same thing. Sometimes uncles are father figures, okay?
So while we still got you sizzling a little bit, we're going to move on to the What Grinds Our Gears part of pro wrestling this week. We're going to go ahead and start with you since you're already boiling.
I am John, I am so over fuckery finishes. Can we please, for the love of God, get a main event that just ends with 2 guys or 2 ladies going out there and just putting on a fucking clinic and shutting it down?
Nope.
We can't get that. It's driving me fucking bonkers, dude. I had so much more respect and appreciation for the Gunther Xavier Woods match. Almost said Rhodes too, because you messed me up earlier.
Yeah.
I had so much more like appreciation for that match because there was no fuckery from the other two from Imperium. They are running the greatest storytelling of any stable in the last 20 years. They are running it into the ground with all these fuckery finishes.
Yeah.
It's almost like clockwork. You can almost tell exactly at what point in time they're coming out now. Well, Kenneth, they didn't really do anything technically. They just kind of distracted them mid-riddle for... Shut up! Shut up! They still came out. If you want Solo to be the main eventer, cool. Fine with it. Sign me up. All day, every day. Cool, whatever. I don't care. As long as they go out there and they put great matches on. But I'm tired of the Usos having to come in. I'm tired of Solo having to come in on the matches. I'm willing to bet you, right here and now, you're going to get a similar situation next week when they go against Kevin and Sammy for the titles.
Close enough.
Oh, Solo's going to get kicked out. He's going to reappear magically somehow, and he's going to... Stop it. I'm fine with the bloodline being dominant. Cool. I'm fine with it. It's storytelling. Be a part of it. Get out of the fuckery finishes. Please. Again, with Roman, if you want him to go 5,000 days and never lose the title until he retires, fine.
Make it believable.
As long as if he puts on great matches and he's just that dominant, cool. If you want Gunther to take the IC title for the next 900 days, cool. Just have him beat everybody on his own. But it's almost like now if you're not in a stable, you're not going to be able to get a championship because you're not going to have anybody come out and back you up and hit the other guy in the throat with a taped up thumb.
Yeah, this is getting to WCW, NWO levels of stupid.
At least they hit Goldberg with a taser prong thing.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean?
If the payoff is Cody Rhodes beating him at WrestleMania, I don't know, man. This brand split better give this some new life.
Here's what I'm hoping, and this is what I'm telling myself to keep myself vested. Triple H is just finishing stories from Vince. From my understanding, is once the draft happens, it's all Triple H moving forward all day. Nobody else. And I'm hoping that gets rid of these finishes.
It's not. It's not.
I hate it here.
Oh. It's not.
I'm sorry, Hook, buddy.
It's not going to stop because it's happening with other stables too. It's happened with Imperium a couple of times, but it's only been a couple of times. I can only think of two. And then with Judgment Day, it's happening just frequent, if not more, with them versus the Bloodline on like screwy finishes. But at least like at least with the other one, there's more of a payoff because we got to see Ray beat Dom's ass. At least we get to see that.
Like I said, if you are going to let Roman and Cody put a banger out, don't let Roman be beaten. Right?
Yeah.
Let him get. Was it the old John Cena thing, right? He gets beat up a little bit in the beginning, and he comes out of nowhere, and then he just gets revitalized. He's running around, and you know what I mean? Like, cool. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. But Cody was in control of the majority of that match. Had it won. One more crossroads away from, here comes Solo in his little hoodie jacket that he wore at Clash of the Castle, and got too far close and had to...
Get so animated.
that concludes what grinds my gears for my section, buddy. Why don't you go ahead and tell us what grinds your gears?
All right, so if any of you all have watched AEW the last few weeks, there's a few guys they call the pillars of their company. Only one of them weighs over 200 pounds. Look, we are body positive on this show, except for when Dakota's here. But there becomes like a little bit of believability to this wrestling thing. I know it's all for show, but like if your dude looks like a fucking iPhone, if he's built like an iPhone, or a 12-year-old, like Jungle Boy looks like a 12-year-old, at what point are we like, okay, that dude needs to be a mid-carder? Jungle Boy wouldn't be over Spike Dudley in the Attitude Era.
So true. So true.
This dude would be on Spike Dudley's level of getting thrown out of the fucking ring. And you're wanting him in the main event? You want him to be in the tournament for their big title. I do not understand. This is why I'm done watching AEW until CM Punk comes back. I'm not buying into this shit. Like,
so here's what I'm saying, right? So if you're going to do the three pillars, right? Like you said, have a cruiserweight style pillar. And then you have like an MJF shooting that like that 220 range, you know what I mean? And then you just need to have an absolute monster, right? Like in WWE, you know, you had Rey Mysterio that was cruiserweight for the longest time. Then you had like The Rock in them, like that 260 range. And then you had like Brock and Big Show. You know what I'm saying? Like you have these monster men, big meaty men, slapping meat.
Like I'm not
trying. They don't have that in AEW.
I'm not trying to sound like Vince McMahon here. Like we need guys who are big. No, you don't need that.
Homo sapiens.
Yeah, you don't need almost. You don't need an almost. You don't need you don't really need a monster. Look like a professional wrestler. Like at least one guy. I know MJF fits the bill there, but we have four guys that they're trying to bill as like their main four main eventers.
Hear me out. LA Knight to AEW.
No. That wouldn't work over there. They wouldn't have enough time for him because they have 37 titles and 20 wrestlers. Like, no, it wouldn't work. They don't got enough time for him. But, like, you have what's his name? The fucking Darby Allin. He is $150 at most. He's a crash test dummy. Again, Spike Dudley, Attitude Era. Like. He would be great in a cruiserweight division, but Tony Khan has 37 fucking title belts. You can't make a cruiserweight one. You have what? Okay, realistically, they have 8 championship belts for 3 hours of 2 shows, and they're making another show.
It's insane.
Like, this is who's the other guy? I can't think of his name. Sammy Garvana or whatever his name is, the dude who like. Literally no one likes, not because he's a heel, it's just because he's untalented. And he's also maybe 180.
I've watched approximately 2 hours worth of AEW over the last month. Trying to get into it, so I don't really know who you're talking about, but...
He's the one with Ty Conti, the Brazilian girl. That's...
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that dude's in the main event. Like that dude's one of the main people. I say main event like it's the big thing, but he's one of the pillars of the company of what they call a pillar. Yeah. We have like there's some words I can use to call these people, but I would feel more comfortable.
Mama said.
No, it'd be more of like something that we'd have to have Joe on here to call them, or I would be canceled if not. No, and I'm not talking about those kind of slurs either. I'll have to text you later. But what I'm getting at is that you don't get, if you're doing professional wrestling and you have a heavyweight championship, you have heavyweights in the championship. Like you can have
animated, buddy.
You can have one like little dude, like you can get away with that. Not 3.
Yeah.
Not 3.
I mean, you go back and you look at the greatest little guy in professional wrestling, and probably in its history is Rey Mysterio. He's held the heavyweight title how many times?
Like twice, maybe.
Exactly.
And he got
right.
He got crushed immediately.
So it's that David versus Goliath story is great, but they have weight classes for a reason.
There is no David versus Goliath though. They're booking these guys like they're heavyweights. They got to do with the same last name as me, Hook. There's a guy named Hook in AEW who is maybe 5'8", 150 pounds. I keep saying 150 because I guarantee that's what he weighs. Absolutely suplexed Big Cass. Do you remember Big Cass from WWE? Suplexed him. And I was supposed to believe that shit.
No, it ain't happened in real life, bro.
And then we have...
Here's my...
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you're fine. Go ahead.
I don't know if you saw the dude who looked like... His name is Commander. It's spelled with a K, though. He looks like Sin Cara, and he may as well have been Sin Cara with how believably stupid that fucking match was. Him dancing,
I do remember talking about
dancing on the ropes like 6 or 7 times, and then hitting the dude that was supposed to go to WWE, Jay White, and everybody's like, "Oh, Undertaker did the old school." Yeah, Undertaker also like wrenched the wrist and did the it was 10 seconds at most. This motherfucker,
and he was also 6'10". You know what I mean?
6'10", 310.
Exactly.
He at least made it believable. Like he wrenched the wrist, beat the shit out of him beforehand, got him a little dazed, got him up on the ropes, and that also got reversed every once in a while. This stupid shit where I'm like, I'm gonna jump middle rope down or top rope, middle rope, top rope. No. That's why you get made fun of on Twitter, and that's why AEW fans are insufferable. Oh.
That was a good rant, buddy.
I'm not even... I'm more than halfway done, but
Hey, buddy, go for it, bro. This is a good rant. I like it.
It's been better with Dakota here, because he would have been like, oh, but AEW does this. But no, fuck that. They don't have anyone on the roster outside of, Bryan Danielson, MJF, Kenny Omega, and I guess Chris Jericho, but Chris Jericho, man.
Are you throwing Moxley in there?
No, fuck that.
Bleeding Moxley?
Yeah, he can't sneeze without fucking bleeding somewhere. That.
It's because, I remember we had talked about it, and you guys kept saying in the group chat, because I had never watched AEW up to this point, but I watched something. What is it that club that him and Cesario were in?
It was started by William Regal. It was Blackpool Combat Club.
Yeah, something like that. And before the match starts, they jump the other guys who are doing it. Before the bell even rings, Moxley was already bleeding, and I was like,
yeah.
Oh, that's what they're talking about. Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, even CM Punk said in a promo against him, he's like, I'd fight you, but I don't want to get blood all over me. And I'll tell you right now, this is my last part of my rant. CM Punk was right the whole fucking time. This shit's hard to watch. Everybody is insufferable. They got the wrong guys at the top. The guys, the powers that be there, Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, who should be the old Bucks now, they're 40, 50, however old they are.
Many men.
Yeah. The guns are cool, though. That's cool to see. But
oh, that was the Guns that did that? Sorry.
Yeah, that was the Guns.
I'm uncultured in AEW.
Yeah, the Young Bucks are too lame to do that. They come out to Carry On My Wayward Son. The Kansas song. I think it's Kansas.
Yeah, I know that. Why?
They come out to that.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay.
It just shows their age. But they're Young Bucks, though. They're Young Bucks.
Probably should just be the Bucks now.
It should just be the old fucks who need to get the fuck out of this wrestling business. But yeah, that concludes my rant. I can go on for hours about AEW.
That's why we dropped it and not talked about it on a weekly basis.
Yeah, if we did that, then it would just me be having a fucking seizure every fucking episode.
Welcome to Cheap Hop. Go ahead, John.
Yeah. Did you see what happened on AEW this week? Can you believe that shit?
Oh, that's amazing.
They got Sin Cara and he's stupider than hell.
Well, on the bright note, I think they said that CM Punk's slated to come back early June.
He's coming back on June 17th. That'll be the next time I watch an episode. But it'll be a whole new show, and it won't have the Elite.
So, I got to be honest, man. Like, there was a big part of me that really wished CM Punk would have came back to WWE.
Yes.
Like, we all had that, like, laughing and joking, like, once Cody and Roman, like, finished fighting or whatever. But, like, could you imagine the end of that match, though? Roman or Cody, whoever wins, and then all you hear is Cult of Personality? Dude, man.
I would have ran laps around my house.
Yeah. Because, I mean, and it's also true when you said that everything CM Punk said was right. I mean, same could be said about WWE when he went on that tangent, man. Like,
both of them.
He's not wrong. Yeah, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. But, man, I'm just hoping for some change, man. Like, you can tell that these stories of just, like, it's such great matches to end the way they do, man. I think that's what just pisses me off the most, man. Like, you have a 5-star match up until the very end, and then it goes down to a 2. Just let them finish normally. Like, we don't need the Bloodline to interfere every match. We don't need the Judgment Day to come out and distract. Like, you know, maybe a clothesline here, like, case in point, on Raw when Judgment Day and Kevin and Sammy were going at each other. Ray came in, gave Kevin that clothesline. Cool. That just needs to be it. You know what I mean? But then to, like, affect the whole match and then beat him up after match. So, like, I promise you can go back and you can look at it and time it out. Every match starts around 35 till. At 9:50 the fuckery starts. Mm-hmm. And then the match ends at like 9:56 or 10:56. And then the last 4 to 3 minutes is just them beating up whoever they just cost the match on.
Yep.
It's the same thing. And do you know how upset I am that the dark match for SmackDown... Do you understand how much that pisses me off?
That is WrestleMania levels of match right there that we didn't even get to see on TV.
Screw the Riddle solo match, dude. That's the one I wanted. John, why don't you go ahead and tell him who that dark match was?
Shinsuke Nakamura, another darling of this show. We love Shinsuke. Against our...
Shout out Dakota.
Our consensus favorite of the show that we quote every episode. Yeah. L.A. Knight in a dark match. Yeah. L.A. Knight.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't even get to see that. But we did get to see him cut a promo on Twitter. Like, he cut a promo on Twitter about him. Oh, if I go to this brand, I go to this brand, I'm going to be the star of the show. You're damn right he's going to be the star of the show.
Because he's got everything you need.
Yeah.
Mic work, the physique, the moveset,
the ring
the
work,
crowd control, the ring work. Like, he has everything you need, and that's why we say the same thing about Karrion Kross. We say the guys that are just kind of hanging mid-match right now while we've got fucking Solo Sikoa and Matt Riddle jabbing each other in the fucking throat for the Usos to come out. I'm wasting my time.
I'm going to say this right now. I'm already tired of Matt Riddle. The whole bro thing, it's not funny. Like, the whole 420 thing was funny when I was in high school or in college. Like, it's not funny now.
And I agree with you 100% on this, was when he did that promo on Raw with Sammy and Kevin, and he was like, I want everyone to take me more serious and stuff. Okay, well then get rid of... When he came back from that suspension, or injury, sorry, he should have tried to come back with a changed personality, or a changed persona. That'd been the best time to do it. Look what happened to CM Punk. He had that straight edge, clean living society, right?
Yeah.
And then it just kind of changed into what it was at the end. We can change personas and not, like, mess up Matt Riddle. It'd been a perfect opportunity for people who really knew what was going on to shed better light on someone who overcame that adversity and is now moving forward, hopefully, in a clean state of life. Change the persona. If you want to be taken seriously, get out of the underwears and change your persona a little bit. And I like Matt Riddle. He's great in the ring. that jiu-jitsu background, man. Like really, like he really looks good too. Because I mean, like he throws people.
Yeah.
Like even like Solo, dude. Like when he does those like exploder suplexes and stuff. I mean, like he launches people. And his knee strikes, his elbow strikes, they all look great. And I was really hoping with him being mentored by Randy, we would get like a darker, edgier Matt Riddle.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, dude,
2009 Randy Orton, bring it back.
Dude, it would have been like, it would have set Matt Riddle in a whole different direction, dude. But maybe the company wasn't invested. I don't know. But I'm with you. I'd much rather that main event of the night be LA Knight versus Shinsuke than the fucking match at Wicked. And we have gotten for the last 4 weeks.
All right, before we end the show, go ahead and give SmackDown your grade, and then after that, we'll pick who we should be the GMs, like legit GMs, not like the TV GMs of each show. So go ahead and give me your grade for SmackDown.
Up until the Matt Riddle solo, I give it A-. Great matches, a lot of great ring work. You throw in the Riddle solo, it drops it down to a B-.
Yeah, in the exact same boat there. I hate saying it like this, but the women's matches have absolutely sucked the last few times on like Raw and SmackDown. This was great. I had this at an A+ until the main event. You book your whole show around the main event. Main event's supposed to carry the whole show. It's supposed to be the good story of the good going home thing. Yeah, B-. Almost C. It was so predictable.
And I could be easily persuaded to drop it to a C+. Very easily.
Yeah. We are one Dakota Rant away from being a C+.
And like I said before in the opening of the show, we are just two middle-aged men groaning, not groping, groaning about professional wrestling.
Yeah.
With that being said, Hook, take us away, buddy.
So, last part before we get off here.
All the GMs.
The GMs. Who would you want to run the show? I'll go ahead and start that because I already started the last thing with you. I want Paul Heyman to run SmackDown. Paul Heyman to run SmackDown. He could be an on-screen character too. He could still be with the Bloodline. Take the whole Bloodline to SmackDown. Let him run the whole damn show. Stuff will not get boring. You'll get technicians everywhere. You'll get incredible ring work. Nothing will get stale. Shit like Solo will be at the opening or the mid card. And then give me keep Adam Pearce on Raw, but treat him more like how like Bischoff or that's a little bit of a throwback. Bischoff, how whenever he was the GM of Raw, or Ric Flair, whoever like that. Keep him like whatever the perfect counterpart to Paul Heyman would be, just so we have a rivalry for Survivor Series, because that's supposed to be like the second or third best, biggest pay-per-view. I'm not saying last year's was bad at all. I'm not saying that at all. But having it just surrounding War Games, the War Games matches were great, but it takes away from the Survivor Series show when you do it that way.
I agree. The way things are going now, Vince stays in charge, bring back the freaking laptop that was the GM there for a while.
Oh, fuck no. No.
Give me Teddy Long for SmackDown. Adam Pearce can stay on Raw. Give me Teddy Long back for SmackDown.
For that,
let me talk to you, player.
For that player, you're gonna go 1-on-1 the Karrion Kross.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. Like, it works.
Yeah,
it works. So, and throw it back. Give me Mick Foley for Raw.
I almost said that. Almost did, but Adam Pearce needs a job.
Adam Pearce is doing good. I have no complaints against Adam Pearce. I mean, he's doing whatever job he's supposed to be doing. I mean, he plays really well with that Karen stuff and all that. So I don't have a complaint about Adam Pearce, but yeah, give me Mick Foley and Teddy Long. Bring those two back.
Yeah. All right. We're going to go ahead and sign out here. If you haven't followed us yet, your mom already has. On Twitter at Cheap Pop Podcast. On Instagram at the Cheap Pop Wrestling Podcast. On TikTok at Pop This Potty for the Cheap. And the T&J boys have been slacking on their content. Some things have come up. Personal issues, things like that. Guys moving from Illinois to Kentucky. Shout out to Ty and the just a lot of stuff going on. I haven't been able to do their shows that much either since I've been with my son dealing with some other stuff. So, yeah, make sure you give them a follow on Facebook at TNJ Podcast. We're also under their umbrella whenever they can finally start making content again. Hopefully we can have some sort of a crossover episode. I know we're really late on WrestleMania stuff there, but we decided Ty did win that one. Did win our WrestleMania pick'em. But that being said, this is Hook signing off.
I don't have anything yet. I'm still working on it. Okay,
This is
me out. Okay.
Yeah, you can just say this is Ken signing off, or this is O'Neal signing off.
We're 22 deep, and I still cannot figure out a flipping ending to the thing. So I can't say this Hook signing off because you already do that. I can't say this is O'Neal checking out because people think I'm going to go on mental institution or something. So I don't know. I'll have something next week. I'll write on something.
All right. Well, Dakota just kind of stares at the camera crazy, and he does say one line. I guess I'll take it for him. Steak Toxic Kings. Not me though. I'm not. That's not me. All right. That concludes the episode. Y'all have a good one. Let me close out of this and hope to God this recorded. It recorded.